Welcome to F12 MJD News Updates. Greetings again, dear people of God. Great week, holidays. Last week was a long weekend with many traveling, marriages here and there, and camps and seminars in progress. Some remembered the feast of St. Joseph the Worker. Groups gathered to protest or make statements. To pardon or not to pardon, rift appeared. The Buddhist friends celebrated Vesak when they commemorate the birth, the attainment of enlightenment, and the passing on of the Buddha. Admission times. A sense of dis-ease prevails over many things. The COVID is making a comeback, talks of another Sheraton move, resignation of MPs and different reactions to the pardon issue is unsettling. There is no admission of wrongs, sufferings of the poor, the emergence of the new poor, the jobless, the homeless, and the rising cost of living. There is no admission of corruption and abuse of power as seen by religious leaders and politicians. The masses do not admit their prejudices, indifference, and tidak apa attitude to citizen politics. The Church admits her many sins, weaknesses, and abuses. Admission of deeds shock many, but it leads to awareness, acknowledgement, and appropriate action. Change, renewal, and transformation follows next. Admission of sin is the beginning of enlightenment and new life. A thought for the week. During World War II, a US Marine was separated from his unit and was lost on a Pacific island. Alone in the jungle, he could hear enemy soldiers coming in his direction. He found his way up a high ridge, crawled into one of the caves. The enemy was looking for him. He waited and prayed, "Lord, if it is your will, please protect me. Whatever your will do, I love you and trust you. Amen." Just then, he saw a spider begin to build a web over the front of his cave. As he watched, listening to the enemy searching for him, all the while, the spider layered strand after strand of web across the opening of the cave. He thought, what I need is a brick wall, but what the Lord has sent me is a spider web. God does have a sense of humor. The enemy grew closer. To his amazement, however, after glancing in the direction of his cave, they moved on. Then he realized that with a spider web over the entrance, his cave looked as if no one had entered it for quite a while. "Lord, forgive me," prayed the young man. "I had forgotten that in you, spider's web is stronger than a brick wall." A lesson from the spider. We all face times of great trouble. When we do it, it is so easy to forget the victories that God would work in our lives, sometimes in the most surprising ways. Nehemiah the prophet told the Israelites that when they faced the task of rebuilding Jerusalem, in God we will have success. Announcements for this week. 1. The 29th and 30th April 2023, the vocation camp for single ladies was conducted by the auxiliaries from the Archdiocese of Kuala Lumpur, ended with 8 participants who will decide and inform their bishop about their next plan. 2. The 29th April to the 1st of May, the Diocesan Priesthood Vocation Discernment Weekend that took place at St. Louis, Kluang, was attended by 13 young men 3. The new vocation director for Malacca, Johore Diocese is Father Adrian Francis. 4. The 1st of May Deliverance and Healing Program was conducted in English and Mandarin and was attended by 17 English-speaking and 23 Mandarin-speaking participants. This first session focused on understanding spiritual freedom and understanding deliverance prayer. 5. The Montfort Youth Center offers courses in automotive, information technology, general maintenance and agriculture. The center is open for admission, which begins on the 23rd of July 2023. Contact the MYC office for more info. Q&Q asks, why is there an air of uselessness pervading everywhere? First, younger people realize that the world is full of huge problems that they dream of solving, but no one is interested in their views. They are told, you don't know what the world is really like. Listen to your elders and then you will have a better idea of what to do. Second, the older people have gained experience and maturity. They have learned about life's difficulties the hard way. But when the moment comes for them to teach these things, no one is interested. They are told the world has changed. You have to keep up to date and listen to the young. Third, the feeling of uselessness is no respecter of age and never asks permission, but instead corrodes people's souls, repeating over and over, no one is interested in you. You are nothing. The world doesn't need your presence. Fourth, in a desperate attempt to give meaning to life, many turn to religion because the struggle in the name of faith is always a justification for some grand action that could transform the world. You're doing God's work, they tell themselves. And they become devout followers, then evangelists, and finally fanatics. Finally, they don't understand that religion was created in order to share the mystery and to worship, not to oppress or convert others. The greatest manifestation of the miracle of God is life. Have a great week. May you meet the risen Lord on your journey and in your work. Keep safe. God bless.